Welcome to DJM TV.
My people, greet una, welcome una once again to DJM TV.
Hey, my people, not be smart, no. Wonder the say shall never end. Oh, another update again from one prophetess. So, now no where for social media. She don't come talk how she be dey sleep with her papa comes after her papa kpai. Also, she still talk about how her papa take go dump her with TB Joshua. A lot of things wey she talk o. She even talk of how she take see late Mohbad. My people, she talk a lot o. Anyway, I go play una this video, una una watch, una lis ten o, and make una no forget to like and share. Watch the video.
My father went and dumped me with Pastor TB Joshua. Yeah. I was sleeping with my father's dead body.
What?
Yes. So my father's body was there every night I go to sleep with him. They didn't know his body was.
Why? Why didn't you tell them?
Because at that point nobody trusted anybody.
Trust them that
we didn't know the gravity of what my father had put himself into.
Right. So you don't.
Maybe until God gives anybody that power, you can't attack me spiritually. I'm greater than you. Whatever you believe in, somebody sitting here is bigger than that thing.
I love that. Sending you to TB Joshua, did you think he was doing a good thing for you?
My dad thought he was helping me to build my spiritual life.
So, growing up with TB Joshua, you know all the controversies about TB Joshua now. Some people think he's a fake prophet, some people think he's a false pastor. You have first-hand experience of him. Was he a genuine man of God?
I was young at the time I was living with TB Joshua, but I saw rare things. So she entered and then she only to realize that dead body and the daughter. I couldn't walk. My father flew me everywhere in the world just to make sure that this girl can walk. So if you tell my father, there's a doctor in Italy, there's somebody in Rome, we're there. My mom was there, you know. And the last resort, my mom is an Igbo woman, my dad is Yoruba. So, you know, you marry an Igbo woman to Yoruba land, and then they'll be like, where you go see this kind best I'll bring, you know. So they gave my mom the last chance, the last of the chances. So the last chance was, there's a place in Italy, they're going to take her and then they're going to make her walk.
So who gave her the last? Her in-laws, your father's family?
My father's family and my father. So, okay, so once this doesn't work, take this child and go back to your Igbo land.
Wow.
You know? So they went to Italy, they took me to Italy. And then the only thing the doctors could do with all the money they paid was to give my mom a one-legged shoe higher than the other and say, okay, they should start to do therapy, and then by the time I start to stand, you know, one leg will raise, you know, when the one heel is higher than the other, that's the best they could do. So put me back on my wheelchair and then came back. For one reason, I think I'm the only child my father spent so much time and effort getting to the root of who she is. So if you're telling me that my dad apologized, my dad never apologized. The day my father died, he died in my hands.
Oh, really?
Yes. So the same me that my father went and dumped me with Pastor TB Joshua. At some point, my father packed me. He didn't bother about education. My father packed me and said, you know what? This girl, go and live with Pastor TB Joshua, synagogue. So my father took me until my mom came and said, leave this speaking for me. Give me.
Sending you to TB Joshua, did you think he was doing a good thing for you?
My dad thought he was helping me to build my spiritual life. Because when my dad was alive, he belonged to, you know, those days, the rich people, you must belong to something, whether it is Ogboni or one cause.
So which one did he belong to?
So he was a lodge member, all these Ogboni things, because even when he died, that was another drama for another. That was the first time, as a young girl, I stood tall for my father. I said, anybody they dare. I was sleeping with my father's dead body.
What?
Yes.
Why?
They took him to the hospital. When my dad died, he died in my hands.
Yes, you said so.
We called the ambulance, they couldn't do anything, you know. They took him to the hospital rejected my father. Said, this man in this hospital, you want them to come and bombard this hospital? It's not possible.
Because of his lodge membership?
Because his lodge membership and his popularity. All the Akari bulls, all the Obas, they happy saying, hey, grand patron, don't buy, you know. So they had to take my father's body. They were looking for where to take him. I said, bring my father's body home. So we took my father's body and then we put him in the bedroom. And then when family members said that Latayo was there, they started to come, where is the key of the house? Where is this? Where is that? I didn't even answer. I just took one fake key. I just gave it to them. So my father's body was there every night I go to sleep with him.
Sorry, So he had died at this time.
My father had died, so no mortuary could keep my dad.
Yes.
No hospital could keep
So he had
him.
to come back
The only
home.
thing was we brought him
Right.
home. So the Methodist people came because my father is also a Methodist member
Right.
by birth, you know. So the Methodist people came, they prayed for us and all that. And we also didn't tell them that his body was in the house.
Right.
They didn't know his body was in the
Why?
house.
Why didn't you tell them?
Because at that point, nobody trusted anybody.
Trust them that
We
what's going
didn't
to
know the
happen.
gravity of what my father had put himself
Oh,
into.
right. So you don't know whether someone's going to try and steal the
it
body
dawned-
or
no,
something.
it wasn't as if whether they had started showing up. They had started coming. They had started making requests. They had started speaking to my elder brothers. My elder brother, my dad's first son, lives in Lagos. They had started talking to them. They had started calling them.
Right. 'Cause of all kinds of rituals
Those
and-
ones were already bulging. Those ones, they were already checking out, bulging and all that, you know. And me, the youngest, I just said, you can't even try.
So you stay with your dad's body so that nobody will come and take
Nobody,
the
you can't
body
take
and
that
do
body.
anything
You
with
can't.
it.
You couldn't.
And they didn't attack you
How?
with their spiritual something.
How? Maybe until God gives anybody that power. You can't attack me spiritually. I'm greater than you. Whatever you believe in, somebody sitting here is bigger than that thing.
I love that.
So, at the end of the day, my brothers even came. It even became war between the children. Let them carry. There's one of my sisters that one started crying. She doesn't want to allow. Our dad already said he settled these people, and these people are claiming that there's no settlement. He said they already contributed one thing and this and that. All that drama tarried. Me, I was just busy. I'll just go and check my father's, but he completes. In the night, we'll sleep together, wake together. And let me even shock it. My stepmom at that time, that one even wanted to enter the room.
To do what?
As usual now. You know, once it's polygamy, everybody wants to grab whatever is grabbable and do whatever is doable.
So she was trying to take things from inside the room.
So
before-
she entered and then
Right.
she only to realize that dead body and the daughter. you know. So today I've seen too much. I've gone through so much for me to even now feel the life I'm living today is not a challenge. It's just a fulfillment of who I am.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
It is what it is.
Okay,
You know?
so growing up with TB Joshua, you know all the controversies about TB Joshua now. Some people think he's a fake prophet, some people think he's a false pastor. You have first-hand experience of him. Was he a genuine man of God?
I was young as at the time I was living with TB Joshua, but I saw rare things. I saw Pastor TB Joshua wouldn't be able to eat. Sometimes he doesn't eat palm oil. Sometimes he doesn't eat salt, whatever food they're going to give him. As a matter of fact, inside that Ikotunegbe where we were then, the place where he's living, we have to get onto like a small ferry or a paddle boat and then take him. Pastor TB Joshua didn't have a bed, he didn't have AC, he didn't have TV. It's just like a room that was combined with wood.
Right.
You know, just like, you know, all these houses on the water.
Right,
you know,
right.
Like when you put the planks
yes,
together,
yes.
that's where, and then a mattress, that's where.
Why?
That's the life he was living as at the time I was there, you
Yeah.
know. And then if he wants to come to the church, they bring him to the church. He has an office inside the church as well, but if he has to sleep and all of that, he goes there. I remember his daughter, Tokbe. I remember his wife. For a very long time, I never saw the wife coming close. And I asked that question, say, when you're, as that there's nothing like sexual.
He cannot have sex with his wife.
No, there's nothing like sexual. That's when you're spiritual, you're clean, you know.
So how did you get the children?
No, like there are times
Okay, there are
where
times that he
has
will
to
step
stay,
aside. Okay,
yes,
right.
and then I think it got to a point in his life where that wasn't obviously happening anymore, you know.
Well, what wasn't happening anymore? Like the separation?
Maybe sex and all of that. You
So
know?
I must have stopped having sex
You know,
at some point.
Pastor TB Joshua got to a point where his life was even controlled, even his preachings. Obviously, TB Joshua is a very, very spiritual being. Though the relationship between Pastor TB and Joshua and I and my dad was different because, you know, my dad was a spiritual, craven person. You know, my dad wanted to break record in every angle. Oh, this is the church that is raining. My stepmother carried one pregnancy for about 11 to 15 years there. I don't know where she... Yes. So when it got to that point, that was how they got encounter with Pastor TB Joshua. So they carried that with that pregnancy there, you know.
So at this moment, you have a lot of stories. Hold on, sorry, wait. Your stepmother had a child for 15 years.
Had a pregnancy for a very long time, yes. Until tomorrow, she never gave birth to that child. So, but after my dad died, she's got twins. I don't know how she got the twins, you know. But until, I remember my papa don't buy flask, buy everything. Where, you know, when we're going to school, we were in boarding school. Hey, by the time we come back, we're coming to do it. Come on, we would like, when you born, call us, so let them come. Say, no, well, we they go, they come. We they go, they come. We they go, they come. We not see belly.
You graduated and the baby has not come
We
out.
graduated.
Was she really pregnant
Yeah, she
then?
was pregnant.
So this was a spiritual attack?
Yeah, but whatever spirituality is, what spirituality it is, you know. But me, I know, say, I enter secondary school, graduate, I still not see Peking. So it was when it got to a point, that was when my dad took her to TB Joshua, because then, you know, there could be a miracle and all of that. So they took her to
Right. So do you think the miracle happened? That's why she eventually had the twins?
No, she had twins for another man after my dad died.
So what happened to that baby?
The pregnancy disappeared after some time. So we didn't see anything anymore.
So that must have been the spiritual intervention.
So that was
yes,
a spiritual intervention.
Okay, so you did answer the question. So do you think that TB Joshua, so he was a spiritual man?
TB Joshua was a spiritual man.
Yeah, but do you think he was a genuine man?
See, let me tell you something about spirituality. God uses spirituality in different ways.
Why do you think that the blog Gist Lover is on your matter?
Build wealth by earning 5% interest on your pounds. Now you can with Trading 212.
Hey, are you currently a business owner or someone looking to get into business, but maybe you just...
You know, because, so when researching for this interview, they've said some really heavy things. They've said that you're a member of Ogboni. Now, it makes sense. I mean, you've mentioned your dad, so maybe that's what they could say. You're a member of Ogboni. They've called you a former call girl. Is there any truth to any of these allegations they've made? And what exactly is the fight that you and this blogger have?
Number one, you and I, nobody knows who Gist Lover is, number one.
Right.
Number two, I'm sure there's something they always say on social media, come with receipts. Nobody, upon everything that has been said about me, there has not been a single receipt. So, whoever that blogger is just trying to change the narrative of me as just a day told. Like when they started to talk about myself and my husband, his ex-wife ran to him, Madam, you have failed in court. Spiritually, you have failed. This is a woman who has appeared to me in America as a cat. This is a woman who would appear to me in the middle of the night. Sometimes my husband will be like, what is all this fight? I would tell my husband, listen, the only reason why I just overlooked this woman, I have not gone into prayer and fast, because she's got kids for you. I have been invited by the leaders of witchcrafts before. Before election, there was no Atiku, there was no Peter Obi. They were after my life because of the way I fight.
Who was there? Who is there?
Politicians.
Right.
Because of the way I also come to attack them. My husband used to work with them. As at the time I met my husband, he was not working with the government anymore. And he's a technocrat. But they keep looking at it that you be Lagos boy now, you be APC, your wife not supposed to do the follow your wife, talk now, calm her down. And one day, when one of them called, my husband said, you know what, the only thing people can do to this woman that I know can stop this, if you can take her to India and let them drain her blood and put another blood, so that by the time she wakes up, she would have lost memory. That because even me that I am her husband, living with her, I don't understand how she does this thing. And I was able to fight and conquer. I had 14 miscarriages. 14 times, 14 miscarriages with all my receipts, my scan.
For your husband?
Yes. This is 8 years.
I get that. So just to clarify the story, are you saying or implying that your mother-in-law was behind the miscarriages?
Stepmother. Whatever spiritual battles they were doing. Sometimes she would appear to me in the dream and she would start to beat me with broom. Right. Sometimes when we go into court, she would just turn into... She appeared to me in America as a cat. My friend ran out until tomorrow. My friend can't sleep in that house. Saw her live.
You said Mohbad was speaking to you and was telling you things. So I want you to explain what your inspiration was for getting involved in the whole Mohbad matter. When
Mohbad started to come to me, the only thing that weakened me about Mohbad was when he said, you know you are too creature. You can help me. The minute that boy said that thing.
And so this after he had passed, so this was his spirit.
This was on the, I think it was on the 12th. No, was it on the 15th or thereabout, 12th?
Hey, my people, not be smart in this woman talk for this interview. I wanna read it over matter and see my people. Make una drop comment and make una no forget to like and share, and also make una subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page and all social media handle DJMTV. Una do well. See you in our next video. DJMTV.